Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today we have the third game in a three-game set against the Blue Jays. We have been crushing it the first two games of the series. Our bullpen has been suspect. They've given up leads in both games, and we've had to come back to win in both. So I'm glad that our hitters are starting to put runs on the board. Today's game, we have Milt Wilcox, who hasn't had a win in 5 starts, going against the Blue Jays' Jim Clancy. Clancy is has won 130 games for the Blue Jays, which puts him third overall behind Dave Stieb and Roy Halladay. So Jim Clancy, a pretty decent pitcher in his time. So let's go ahead and get started. And as always, I appreciate everyone who is following along. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Here we go with Milt Wilcox. Again, he's 3-2. It looks like he struggled in his first game against the Blue Jays. They have a .393 batting average against him in that first game. So that's not a good sign. All of our bullpen is available except for Aurelio Lopez, who's our closer. He was part of the problem yesterday. He gave up a couple runs in relief. And I did pitch him 2 innings, which I don't typically do for my closers, but it was necessary since we were just barely holding on to the lead. Let's take a look at the lineup. So I had to make a change today. It showed in the pregame charts that Lou Whitaker was tired, so I'm going to give him the day off. I don't think I've given him any days off so far this season. So what I've done is I've moved Brookins into second base position and given Hebner the start at third. I've moved Gary Hancock up to the second spot since he's been crushing it lately. And yeah, that's pretty much the lineup. So let's go ahead and get the game started. So leading off this game will be Trammell. Obviously it's his first game this year that he's been leading off, and he comes through with a base hit. So we're off to a good start. So I'm going to hit and run with Gary Hancock, who's going to ground it to short, and Trammell's going to advance on the play, and that brings up Kemp. Kemp is going to pop it up into foul ground, and that'll be 2 down. And batting cleanup will be Carlton Fisk. This is his first at bat. And he's going to rip it to right field. That's going to be, I guess I'm going to try to extend it into a triple. And he's safe at third, so we are on the board. We're definitely not having any problems scoring runs against the Blue Jays. Parrish rips it to right field. That's going to score Fisk. It's a double for Parrish, and it's 2-0 with 2 down for GT. He's going to ground back to short, and that's going to be the third out. So we put a couple runs on the board in the first, and let's see if Wilcox can keep it at bay. No, he drills Braun right in the gut. And so not a good start for Wilcox. Baylor's going to ground it to first. And what is the result? Let's got to think about it here for a second. Let's hope it's a double play. Any second now. Nope, it's just going to be forced out at second. So Baylor, with his good speed, is on first. And Boomer Wells is playing in this game at first base for John Mayberry, who batted first yesterday, which was just weird. Boomer Wells is going to pop it up on the infield for the second out. And that brings up Otto Velez or Velez. I've been having I've been told that maybe I'm saying that name wrong. Either way, he's out. That's all that matters. And so we get out of the first inning and head to the top of the second with Stegman, who strikes out. That's the first K for Clancy. Hebner is going to get a base hit to right. And runner on first for Brookins. He's had a couple of hits recently, so maybe he's breaking out of his season-long slump. There's a base hit there, first and second. And we're back to the top of the lineup for Trammell. Trammell goes down swinging, so that's 2 outs. Runners on first and second for Gary Hancock. Hancock rips it to right, and that'll be the third out of the inning. So we're going to start off the bottom of the second with Roy Howell, who's 2 for 2 with a walk against Milt. And from this first start, Howell walks, and that brings up Ernie Witt, who crushed a big home run yesterday. He also walks. So this is a bad start here. It's 2 walks this inning. No down for Vassetti, who's going to rip it to left field. It's going to be a double scoring 1 run. Witt stops at third, so second and third. No outs. And Garth Orge is up. I think we need to bring the infield in. At least prevent one of these runs from scoring. Nope, won't make a difference because it's a base hit through the left side. 2 runs scored, and just like that, we've given up the lead. Man, Wilcox has been terrible. Man, I can't count on him at all. And then if you couple that with Bob Stanley's last start and Billingham's last start, we're in rough shape. So we turn a double play and we get out of that inning, giving up 3 runs. So we're down 3-2, heading into the top of the third. As I mentioned earlier, Jim Clancy is the third in wins in Blue Jay history. Like most of the players that are on this team, he was chosen in the expansion draft from the Rangers. And the amazing thing is that in 1980, in real life, he went 13-16 with 15 complete games and a 3.30 ERA, which is pretty decent ERA, right? Especially for that era. But he walked 128 batters that year, by far leading the league. And walking 128 batters and still only having a 3.30 ERA, I think that's phenomenal. And just a bizarre stat. So we're quickly with 2 down here as Carlton Fisk strikes out, and that's going to bring up Parrish, who had a base hit. There he gets hit by a pitch. Maybe that's retaliation for Wilcox hitting Braun. So runner at first for JT, and he's going to ground out to third. So bottom of third for Wilcox. Bob Baylor leading off, and he's going to pop it up on the infield. Now, Wilcox has always been a light thrower. You see his fastball up here is 88. I don't ever remember him throwing a knuckle curve. Maybe he did. But he definitely doesn't have a lot of power. So he's not going to strike out a lot of guys, but I do remember him being a better control pitcher. So Boomer Wells is safe on an error by Parrish. So we are doing everything we can to possibly give this away. Velez grounds to second base, and we're going to turn double play. So we get out of that inning, and we head to the top of the fourth. Stegman is up, and he's going to ground out to first. And that's going to bring up Hebner. Hebner's going to hit it the opposite way, base hit to left. We're not going to risk a double. It's 2 for 2 for Hebner. Now, if you remember last game, we scored a ton of runs in the first inning, and then we were blanked for almost the rest of the game until the last couple of innings, where we put a few runs on the board, enough to win. Brookins flies out to center, and that brings up Trammell, the runner, at first, and Trammell's going to ground out. So I don't know what that says about our team, or maybe it's just some kind of weird glitch in the game. Howell walks. I think that's his third walk of the game. And that's going to bring up Ernie Witt with a runner at first. And Witt is going to have a lazy fly ball to the left. And that brings up Bossetti with 1 out and a runner on first. And Bossetti pops up to short. So it's 2 down. And that brings up Garth Orge. And looks like maybe a missed hit and run as Roy Hall is thrown out stealing. So we head to the top of the 5th. Gary Hancock's leading off. He's 0 for 6 against Clancy this year. And I guess we're going to make that 0 for 7 as he flies out to center. And that brings up Steve Kemp. Kemp grounds it through the shortstop for a base hit. So runner at first. And Pudge is up. He hits it into the right center gap. And it's caught for the 2nd out. And that brings up big wheel Lance Parrish, who goes down swinging. So we're getting runners on, we're just not getting them in. So 5th inning for Wilcox, who's at 56 pitches right now. Orge hits it to right for a base hit. And that's going to bring up Garcia. I'm going to bring the third baseman in, since Garcia is a known bunter. He's going to ground it to first, and they get the lead runner at second. So 1 down with Steve Braun at the plate. And he grounds it to second, and another lead runner out at second base. Braun is safe at first, and it brings up Bob Baylor, another caught stealing as Braun is thrown out at second. So Parrish did have the error earlier, but he's thrown out 2 base runners, helping keep it close. Thompson's up, and he's going to ground to second base for the first out. Next up is Stegman, who takes a walk. And we're going to hit and run with Hebner, who's 2 for 2 this game. And that was a hit and run, but Stegman stole second, as Hebner didn't even make an effort to swing. And he does make an effort there, but he's going to pop it up on the infield. And Clancy is now tired at 99 pitches. It's going to be up to Brookins to tie the game. And he's going to pop it up on the infield for the 3rd out. So Wilcox, even though he's only at 63 pitches, we're going to keep him on a short leash here. Baylor gets a base hit. It's only the 4th hit for the Blue Jays. It's hard to believe. We're going to guard the lines for Wells, who strikes out looking. That's the first K for Wilcox. And that brings up Otto the Suado. This time they're successful stealing second. So Baylor's in scoring position for Valise. And Valise will pop it up to Trammell at short. That's going to be 2 down. And this will probably be the last batter for Wilcox either way. There we go. He gets Howell to pop out to third. So, top of the seventh, they're keeping Clancy in even though he's showing signs of being tired. So maybe we can take advantage of him. Trammell drives it deep into the left center gap, but it's going to fall short of the warning track. So here's Gary Hancock, still has not got a hit off Clancy. There we go. He's going to hit that into the gap for a double, maybe a triple? Nope, just a double. So here's our opportunity to tie it up, get Wilcox off the hook. Kemp has walked, so now first and second. I'm definitely concerned about hitting into a double play with these three runners who are slow, but it's not going to matter because Fisk just crushed it to right. It's going to be a 3-run home run. So now we are up by 2, and they're bringing Steve Centeni, who's pitched both games this series, so they just keep running this guy out there. Parrish has already got a home run off of him, and as he doubles it down the right field line. So yeah, this is exactly what's been happening this whole series. We get behind, and in late innings, it was JT getting a base hit. That should score Parrish. 50% chance? Let's do it. Oh, Parrish is out at home. It's a flip of a coin, but that's going to be the second out at the plate there. So trying to get Thompson an RBI and extend our lead, but did not work out that way. Stegman walks for the second time, and here we are, first and second for Hebner. And Hebner's going to hit a lazy fly ball to center. So we couldn't put any more runs on the board, but we did get 3. And now Wilcox stands to get the win. So we're going to take him out, and we're going to bring in Schatzeder to face the lefty, and maybe get these 2 righties out after that. So Witt is 0 for 3 against Schatzeder, and he's going to ground out to Brookins at second. It's 1 down. Bossetti is going to have a high pop up on the infield, out to the outfield grass. And that's 2 down for Garth Orge. Orge, that's like his 3rd hit. I just like saying Orge. And Damaso Garcia with a runner at first. And he's going to ground out to Trammell. So we head to the top of the 8th. Tommy B. Popping it up. Every time I think Brookins is turning a corner, he just seems to take another over. Trammell walks. So we have a runner at first base. It's hit and run with Gary Hancock. He's going to ground it to second. Trammell safe at second, and that'll be 2 down, bringing up Steve Kemp. Ooh, he goes down swinging. So we head to the bottom of the 8th. I'm going to have Schatzeder pitch to Braun, and then we're going to bring in a righty. Probably Tobik. Oof, Braun gets a hold of it and hits it into the gap for a triple. So the lefty on lefty matchup did not work. And so we're going to bring in Tobik. I'm not going to worry about that run at third. I'll sacrifice that run if we can. Well, as I'm speaking, there's another double. Oh, triple, back-to-back triples. And now we've got to bring the infield in. Man, we're going to give it right back. That's a shame. Ooh, Boomer Wells hits the third, and they do get Baylor at home. So it's 1 out, and we preserve the lead, at least for the moment. So that's going to bring up Otto Veliz. Otto goes down swinging. And then I'd be a moron to let to let Tobic pitch to Roy Howell. One blast will give him the lead. So I'm going to bring in. What am I going to do here? All I have left are left. Oh, I do have Weaver. Okay, so I'm going to bring in Hiller to maybe get these next couple of outs. Roy Howell is going to ground it to second, and we're going to get out of the inning. So the Blue Jays get one back and bring the game to 1 run. And so top of the ninth for Fisk, who had the big bomb earlier. He's going to take a walk there. Centeni is tired. He's walked 3 batters. And Parrish rips it to left. It's going to be off the wall, and that's going to be a double. So second and third with no outs, and they bring in Steve Grilly, who also has been in the first 2 games. So, I don't know, Toronto doesn't have any confidence in their pitchers, I guess. And that brings up JT with no outs. It looks like it's going to be a sac fly to deep center. Yep, Fisk tags up and scores, and we're going to try to send the runner to third. Parrish makes it this time. And 1 out. Runner at third for Stegman. And Stegman's going to hit a line drive to center. Oh, 50-50 shot for Parrish. Okay, well, if he was out the last time, he's going to be safe this time. Yes, there we go. So, scored the second run, and now we're up by 3. And that brings up Richie Hebner. Hebner's going to ground it to second base. And we just got to get the final 3 outs here. I'm going to leave Hiller in to pitch to Witt, and then we'll bring in Weaver to finish it off. Oh man, it can never be easy. So Hiller walks the first guy, and we're going to bring in Weaver. Weaver has actually pitched pretty good for the most part this season. We're going to need oh no! I guess I was hoping that Weaver could close this out, but he's already given up a double, second and third, and the tying runs at the plate. So we're going to bring the outfield in. I'm not really worried about Orange getting a home run. I just don't want any more extra base hits. Ground ball back to Weaver, and everyone stays. Weaver goes to first and gets the out, so that couldn't have worked out any better. We're going to bring the outfield in again for the late-hitting Garcia. And there's going to be a fly ball to center. That should get Whitted. It does. So 2 down, runner at second. Score 7-5. And here's Braun. So he's a lefty. So yeah, we're going to bring in the lefty, Underwood. And he's going to ground out to second. So we do manage to hang on and win 7-5. So this was a tough series all the way around. Put up a lot of runs, but we also gave up a lot of runs against the Blue Jays. We still hold a 1-game lead, and there was no major transactions today. Let's pull up the box score. Thanks again, everyone, for following along. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying this content. If you're new to the page, we also do baseball card box and pack breaks 3 times a week. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, please check it out. Here's the box score. Feel free to pause it and look it over. Milt Wilcox does get the win. So good for Milt, extending his record to 4-2. And Underwood gets his first save. Lance Parrish had 3 doubles. Wow. So that's pretty surprising. Okay, well, until then, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.